some repetition is required because repetition is the only way you can really change the paradigm of subconscious mind. The second is have a mastermind around you. Alone, it's difficult. I mean, I've got my own coach, I've got my own mentor. I can't see my blind spot.
True.
Right? So you should need to have a people around you as a mastermind to support you in your journey.
वेलकम टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ शुभम मित्तल शो। इस एपिसोड के अंदर हम मिलने वाले हैं एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट से जिसने थिंक एंड ग्रो रिच एकेडमी फाउंड की इंडिया के अंदर एंड इज द सोल लाइसेंसी ऑफ नेपोलियन हिल फाउंडेशन इन यूएसए। ही इज द ओनली पर्सन हु इज डूइंग दिस वर्क एंड ही इज एन ऑथर एज वेल। और उनकी एक बर्निंग डिजायर है कि वो 10 मिलियन इंडियंस को कोच करना चाहते हैं सो दैट दे कैन थिंक एंड ग्रो रिच। आइए मिलते हैं मिस्टर सिद्धार्थ शाह से। हाय सिद्धार्थ, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग टुडे।
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much, Shubham, for having me here.
Glad to have you. So सिद्धार्थ, आपकी जर्नी बहुत इंस्पिरेशनल रही है, जैसा कि मैंने अपने इंट्रोडक्शन में बताया। You have been doing so amazing work in this niche. अब सबसे बड़ा क्वेश्चन ये आता है, एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, एक MBA, ये कौन सी जर्नी में वो चला गया? और उससे भी पहले what was the reason कि आपने CA की जर्नी चालू की, फिर MBA एंड जो भी आज आप कर रहे हो? How has been this journey?
Wonderful question. Thank you so much, Shubham, for being here. And yes, he's also chartered. He's also doing what he's doing. So if he can do, even I can do for sure. So yes, CA happened because some things happened in my childhood. My father was already a chartered accountant, and education was important. पढ़ाई करना ज़रूरी था, importance था पढ़ाई करना. तो at that time, Gulf War, and so my father's business tanked at that time in 1990. And then I realized I have to do something on my own. I really have to pursue my education. And being my father a CA, I thought I want to become a CA. So that was my first inclination to become a chartered.
Right.
And if you remember at that time we had this foundation course.
exam.
Yeah. So BCom के साथ में आप CA कर सकते हो. So we were a bunch of friends and we together started to give this foundation course exam. And Jai Mata Di, we cleared without rankers. And then we went for inter-CA. इंटरसी दोनों ग्रुप साथ में दे देंगे और दोनों ग्रुप क्लियर हो गए रैंकर्स। सो देन एंड सो व्हेन यू आर अ इंटर सीए और जब भी आप आई वाज फ्रॉम एनएम कॉलेज एंड व्हेन यू एंटर द कॉलेज कैंपस यू आर लाइक वॉकिंग अप, यू नो, बाकी सब ग्रेजुएशन कर रहे हैं और हम तो इंटर सीए बन गए। तो थोड़ा हमारे में आगे थी कि यार वी आर स्मार्ट पीपल टू देयर। सो फाइनल सीए भी दोनों ग्रुप दे दी साथ में एंड रैंकर्स अगेन। सो एट द एज ऑफ 21 वी बिकम चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स। देन माय मॉम टोल्ड मी, बेटा आप पढ़ाई अच्छी करते हो तो क्या करना है मम्मी? अरे MBA कर लो। So then I did my MBA and I gave various entrance exams. I got a call from IIM Bangalore also, and as fate would have it, parents told me they study in Mumbai. So I got a call from NMIMS and I got admission over there and I did my 2-year MBA. So that was my journey of education. At the age of 23, CA, MBA, topper ranker. I topped my MBA college. So that was about my education background. But yes, despite that, I'll share about my life journey, why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yes.
Okay, but that's my educational background.
Sure. So definitely, एक चीज इसमें बहुत लोगों को क्वेश्चन आएगा, स्पेशली तो CA स्टूडेंट से, CS, MBA वाले स्टूडेंट से, कि यार ये बंदे में कुछ एक्सेप्शनल टैलेंट होगा तभी उसकी रैंक आई, अदरवाइज हाउ कैन आई गेट अ रैंक स्पेशली इन CA एग्जाम्स? व्हाट वुड यू से टू दोस पीपल?
आई थिंक ऐसा कुछ एक्सेप्शनल नहीं है. इट्स जस्ट दैट सम बेसिक थिंग्स करनी है एंड वो बेसिक थिंग्स लोग नहीं करते हैं. एंड दैट्स व्हाट जो मुझे अभी रियलाइज हो रहा है व्हेन आई एम इनटू कोचिंग एंड ट्रेनिंग, कि व्हाट वाज मिसिंग बिफोर एंड व्हाट वाज देयर व्हिच मेड मी अ गुड इन माय स्टडीज. तो मेरे ख्याल से कुछ डिफिकल्ट नहीं है. इट्स जस्ट द वे यू लुक एट द सिचुएशन एंड इफ यू वर्क हार्ड यू गॉट टू पे द प्राइस. आई हैव रियलाइज्ड दैट वन थिंग, इफ यू वांट समथिंग इन लाइफ आपको उसकी कीमत चुकानी होगी. यू गॉट टू पे द प्राइस. You got to work hard, you got to study hard, you got to focus, you got to sleep early, get up early, you got to compromise on this weekends, partying, etc. Outstanding student nahi rehna. You got to really be outstanding in terms of literally outstanding. So yeah, I think anybody can do it. If I can do it, for sure anybody can do it.
Definitely. और इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि किसी के पास एक्सेप्शनल टैलेंट होना चाहिए, राइट? कोई अगर बेसिक चीजें जो आपने बताई वो फॉलो अगर करते हैं, कहीं ना कहीं उनके भी चांसेस है कि दे कैन गेट अ रैंक, अगर वो उनका ऑब्जेक्टिव है तो. आई स्टिल रिमेंबर जब मेरी IPCC में रैंक थी, पीपल आर लाइक तू तो यार बहुत स्मार्ट है. लाइक ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, इट्स जस्ट थोड़ी मैंने मेहनत एक्स्ट्रा की थी और थोड़ा डेडिकेशन ज्यादा था, दैट्स इट. आई एम नॉट अ वेरी टैलेंटेड स्टूडेंट कि यार सब में रैंक आ रहा है. एंड दैट्स द थिंग पीपल नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड, बिकॉज कहीं ना कहीं सीए फ्रेटर्निटी में स्पेशली ये बन गया है कि जब तक आपकी रैंक नहीं आएगी ना, यू कैन नॉट हैव अ गुड करियर. तो उसके ऊपर आप क्या बोलना चाहोगे? बिकॉज कई कंपनीज आई नो दे गिव प्रायोरिटी टू द रैंक होल्डर्स, बट अगर मेरी रैंक नहीं है कोई एग्जाम्स में, डू आई लूज अ चांस टू मेक अ ग्रेट करियर?
नॉट एट ऑल. Not at all. In fact, जैसे certificates and ranking, we look at those parameters to judge कि ये बंदा smart है कि नहीं है. But मुझे लगता है कि जो information आपने memorize की है और आप उसको सिर्फ vomit करते हो during the 3 hours, you just put it on whatever you have learned and memorized, that is not going to determine your smartness. I've seen people who have got degrees across their visiting card and who are flat broke.
True.
And I've seen people who are functionally illiterate. But they are multi-millionaires. ऐसा क्यों होता है? Because there is something which is there within them, the mindset, the belief system, the practical knowledge. And I mean, in Think and Grow Rich, I'll talk more about it, that Napoleon Hill talks about education in a very different way. He says a person who is truly educated is one who is not having degrees. But a person with true education is who can get whatever he wants to get without violating the rights of others. यानी जो मुझे चीज चाहिए वो मैं पा सकता हूँ, किसी और की राइट्स को कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं करके मेरा हक का मैं ले सकता हूँ. दैट इज द ट्रू मीनिंग ऑफ एजुकेशन. हेनरी फोर्ड, एडिसन, I mean 6 months schooling,
Right.
but really world beaters. They created this entire world the way we are living in right now. Look at the light bulb.
Right.
True education, true education is that.
So profound, because सिद्धार्थ कहीं ना कहीं आज भी लोगों को लगता है, सिर्फ लोगों को, स्टूडेंट्स को, इनके पेरेंट्स को भी लगता है कि अगर इनके पास डिग्री नहीं होगी तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते. लेकिन आपने बहुत अच्छी बात बोली कि जिन लोगों के पास डिग्री है कहीं ना कहीं वो भी स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं, बट जो उनके पास डिग्री नहीं है वो थ्राइव कर रहे हैं लाइफ में. तो आपकी सक्सेस का और डिग्री का कोई कोरिलेशन नहीं है.
नॉट एट ऑल. So I'll tell you what.
हाँ.
So there is, ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि डिग्री important नहीं है. As a chartered accountant,
True.
degree is important in this world to get a good job, maybe to have your name on the visiting card. Sometimes what used to happen in my family business, when I had that degrees across my visiting card, and if I used to go to meet maybe a government official or maybe income tax में, या फिर maybe I used to go to register my company as a vendor, then that weightage of the degree really comes. Sir, I got you. You're a professional. So थोड़ा एक फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन डेफिनेटली क्रिएट करने के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो आई एम नॉट सेइंग डू नॉट गो फॉर स्टडीज, बट दैट शुड नॉट बी द ओनली ऑब्जेक्टिव कि मुझे डिग्रीज या सर्टिफिकेट्स और रैंक इसी के लिए चाहिए. इट हैज टू बी रियली अप्लाइड इन योर लाइफ, इन योर बिजनेस. दैट्स द की थिंग.
नहीं, बहुत अच्छी बात बोली. और इसी से रिलेटेड एक और मैं सवाल जो पूछना चाहता हूँ सिद्धार्थ, सीए की जर्नी में स्पेशली आप चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट बने, एमबीए बने, बहुत सारी किताबें पढ़नी होती है. उसके अलावा भी आप हर साल, जितना मैंने आपके रिसर्च की आपके बारे में, मोर देन 50 बुक्स आप पढ़ते हो. क्यों पढ़ते हो? क्या मिलता है उसी बुक से? क्योंकि हमने सी की तो किताबें पढ़ ली थी इतनी सारी.
सो गुड क्वेश्चन, क्या मिलता है? बट आई थिंक रीडिंग इज वन हैबिट विच ऑल सक्सेसफुल पीपल हैव. आज की तारीख में पीपल हैव फॉरगॉटन हाउ टू रीड. आई मीन वी आर सो हुक्ड अप ऑन आवर डिजिटल डिवाइसेस. एंड I read somewhere, Shubham, that a person who does not read is as good as a person who does not know how to read.
Wow.
यानी अगर आप पढ़ते नहीं हो तो आपको पढ़ना आता ही नहीं है, समझो ना. राइट.
True.
और कहाँ ना कहाँ आप समझो तो रीडिंग कर रहे हो. आप ट्विटर पे आप यू आर रीडिंग, राइट. लिंक्डइन पे यू आर रीडिंग द पोस्ट ऑन लिंक्डइन, राइट. सो व्हाई डोंट यू टेक द रियल आर्ट ऑफ रीडिंग द वे इट इज meant to be read. True. So I think, and why to read 52 books? Well, that I took up a challenge that I want to read one book a week. Right. And I want to be a voracious reader, and I want to increase my book reading speed. So I took a couple of years of challenges, like I wanted to build my library. Wow. That I have now got. God bless. Really thank you for that. I have got a beautiful library at my house where I have good collection of books based on my topics, and that's where I got into reading. And so this is something which I read. I read every day. I study every day. Every day I read. Every day I study.
So profound. इतनी सक्सेसफुल होने के बावजूद भी सिद्धार्थ इज रीडिंग द बुक्स. सिर्फ सीए की बुक से काम नहीं चलता, एंड दैट इज द मेजर पॉइंट. आई स्टिल रिमेंबर जब मैं मुंबई में अपनी जॉब पे जाता था, मुझे किसी ने बोला कि बुक पढ़ना चालू कर. एंड व्हाट आई यूज्ड टू डू, मैंने बुक लिया ट्रेन में, आई विल हार्डली रीड वन पेज, आई विल फॉल अस्लीप. एंड तब मुझे लगा कि यार ये बुक क्या है, अभी पढ़ लिया ना सीए. बट ग्रेजुअली जिस मेंटोरिंग जर्नी की वजह से, सेल्फ डेवलपमेंट जर्नी की वजह से कहीं ना कहीं लगा कि यार ये बुक्स जो हम पढ़ रहे हैं दैट हैज द लाइफ नॉलेज, पर जब हम सीए पढ़ा था वो टेक्निकल नॉलेज थी, बोथ आर रेलेवेंट एट ईच अदर्स प्लेस। ऐसा नहीं है कि हम सीए के बुक्स के सामने इसको रिप्लेसेबल बना सकते हैं।
बिल्कुल, absolutely right. In fact, I would recommend everyone who's watching this interview and that the best way to become a lifelong learner is to keep on reading, and you got to be a lifelong learner.
True.
You just cannot say मुझे सब कुछ आता है, MBA मने बदू आवड़े. That's not possible. You got to read. You got to learn. I would really advise that reading is one habit which everyone should especially professionals. We got to be, and not just reading in principles of success, the way my category is, but just general reading. I mean, reading everything under the sun, whatever is there which is your fancy, read. That's going to help you.
Yeah. Which book you will suggest somebody जो सोच रहे कि यार अब मैं सिद्धार्थ को सुन के आई एम थिंकिंग कि यार कोई तो बुक स्टार्ट करूं, which book will you suggest them?
Well, I am biased. This is Think and Grow Rich. And why this is over here? I wanted to show it to Shubham that this is a personalized autograph copy by Napoleon Hill. So Shubham, I'm blessed to have this copy. I got this from my US parent
amazing.
company. And so I would recommend that people who are wanting to start off with Think and Grow Rich. Now, I'm not promoting anything over here. Why Think and Grow Rich? Because I got this when I was in my MBA college, और तभी पॉकेट मनी इतनी थी, 100 रुपीज की पॉकेट एडिशन ली थी मैंने थिंक एंड ग्रो रिच, एंड आई स्टार्टेड रीडिंग दैट, एंड बीइंग अ लेफ्ट ब्रेनर CA MBA, I was like wondering how can someone possibly think and grow rich, how think and grow rich. So I did some research on it and I came across some interesting facts that this is not some one man's fiction of the author that he's giving out this narrative कि यार if you do this you'll start to think and grow rich, but this is based on hardcore research based on 25,000 years of experience, 500 men, the most successful, like the Fords, the Carnegies, I mean all the Edisons, all these people who really, John D. Rockefeller, John Wanamaker, King Gillette, the Wright brothers, and he researched every person's career for 50 years. So let's say someone's career is starting at the age of 20 and till the time the person retires at the age of 70. So from 20 to 70, 50 साल का तजुर्बा, ऐसे 500 लोगों को रिसर्च किया, 20 साल तक रिसर्च किया, and then he distilled his entire knowledge and he came across into these particular principles. So मेरा left brain मुझे बोला यार this makes sense. This is not a fictional thing.
True.
It's not someone's fantasy. It is based on hardcore research. Then he spent his entire life researching on this. So let me attempt to learn this in my entire life and apply it in my life. So I would definitely recommend that if you really believe that मुझे practical रहना है, मुझे I want to fact is fact, तो आप पहले इसको आप आजमाइए and see what exactly is there. Then you really love the principle of thinking. I would like you to start and everyone to start with this. In fact, you can go on my website and you can download it. It's a free copy available.
Okay.
Yeah, Sidharth Shah. Just download it. It's a free copy available. Just start reading it. That's it.
So amazing. तो अगर आप सोच रहे हो कि यार मैं आज से अपनी बुक पढ़ना चालू करूंगा, he has told you कि आप कहाँ से वो जाके बुक फ्री में डाउनलोड कर सकते हो, and if you love the hard copy, आप वो परचेज भी कर सकते हो.
Yeah.
Now, ये सारी जर्नी में थिंक एंड ग्रो रिच की हम बात कर रहे हो, कई लोग सोच रहे होंगे कि व्हाट इज थिंक एंड ग्रो रिच, व्हाई सिद्धार्थ इज टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस. सो टेल अस अबाउट ये आपकी जर्नी किस तरह से रही. आपने जो पूरा थिंक एंड ग्रो रिच एकेडमी चालू किया इंडिया के अंदर, यू आर द ओनली लाइसेंसी इन इंडिया रिप्रेजेंटिंग नेपोलियन हिल फाउंडेशन, तो ये जर्नी कैसी रही और कहाँ से चालू हुआ ये?
Yes, well, that's an interesting story. In fact, as I was in my family business post my CA MBA and things were good, I expanded, I applied my knowledge of my CA MBA, expanded business, exports, railway registration, increased the turnover, product diversification, etc. happened. But then things, as a roller coaster ride, then some things turned out like this, and me and my father were in business. Father falls sick, and we had this issue of pollution control. We were in a very different industry, manufacturing industry. So things were like, I had to take a call at that moment that what should I do? And during that phase, these principles really helped me to come out of and really keep my head above the water, to really tide this entire situation. And मुझे मेरी तकलीफों में मुझे ये principles मुझे बहुत help किया. So at the age of 40, when I had to actually decide what I need to do now, I said, let me use these principles which have made a big difference in my life, get it a formal structure, get it not just like just reading the book and start off, but let me go to the parent company which is in USA and study these principles in a systematic structure way from the professionals, from the horse's mouth. And then I went to the US, and my wife really supported me at that time. And without her, it wouldn't have been possible to be there. It was a 1-year curriculum over there. And over there, I just went to study these principles. I didn't know that there was an opportunity to get Napoleon Hill Foundation in India as a licensee. So that again came as like serendipity. It was like luck was there. And over there, I met my mentor. He's also a Canadian Indian. He's got the licensee for Canada.
Okay.
And he told me, Sidharth, we are looking out for someone in India. And said, why don't you consider? And I said, sir, it's a great opportunity, but I don't have deep pockets for you to give the license fees. There's no, Sidharth, we support you. If you're interested, if you're really having the commitment, we want India to be there, and we want someone who really believes in these particular principles.
Right.
And they were very kind. My parent company, Mr. Don Green, who trusted me as an ambassador to be the sole licensee for India. And here we are. And then Shubham, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur mindset came into me. Oh, it's a big opportunity. There's no competition. But if you look at the coaching training space in India and the books and the people who have been there, we have got Dale Carnegie since ages in India. We've got Stephen Covey, the Franklin Covey people over here since ages in India.
Bilkul.
Somewhere, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill deserves to be in India. It was not there. So we thought, let us bring this world-class principles for India, and here we are, and that's where I'm here, that as a sole licensee for India. It's a big responsibility, but it's a big opportunity.
True.
And that's in a nutshell, which got me getting these principles into India, and the rest is history, as you know that.
And that's amazing. So how many people are associated with you right now in this academy? And if they think about this concept, because of you this came into India, जो आपके mentees हैं, जो आपके students हैं, what they think about it right now? Do they feel कि यार काश ये 10 साल पहले हुआ होता मेरी life में, तो I would have been a different person?
Yeah, in fact, 2 questions to what you answer this. There are several people, thousands of people across India in the last 6 years of my journey being over here. And lockdown was good. COVID was bad, but lockdown was good, I would say that way. That allowed us to go into the online space where I could reach out to variety of people in different parts of India, which I would not have been possible doing physical programs in offline space. So we've got people from more than 50 different cities from across India. We've got people from as far as Guwahati, Assam, China border, Arunachal Pradesh, from Kerala, Salem, Jammu Kashmir, Jaisalmer. You talk all corners of India. We have been there through this space because people were wanting to know about how to apply these principles. It's a bestseller. I mean, people read the book, but they're not able to apply it. And when they found me, they found this is something which is interesting. And trust me, as I was going through these principles, and my son got it. And that's a different story. You can check out Sidharth Shah on YouTube also and Insta also on that. But so I realized that I got this very late. And all the members in my community also realize now, oh gosh, if we would have got these principles 5 years, 10 years before, we would have been a different people and our situation would have been different. So they are getting their kids, they are getting their family members, brothers, sisters also in the community to get this principle. So, but better late than never, I would say that. And you can start off anytime. We've got the youngest or the wisest man is 12-year-old kid in our community, and the senior most person is 75 years.
Wow.
So we've got a wide, diverse range of age groups in our community. Yeah.
So if you are a professional, 20, 30, 50, 60, जो भी age है, there is no restriction to be part of this academy because सीखने की कोई उम्र नहीं होती. And जब से आप सीखना चालू करोगे, especially the principle of think and grow rich, you will start to see a different perspective of the world. और उसकी वजह से जो आपकी लाइफ में चेंजेस होंगे, that will be phenomenal. अब इसके अंदर 2 क्वेश्चन थे सिद्धार्थ. आपने बताया कि आपकी वाइफ ने आपको बहुत सपोर्ट किया. आप जब यूएसए गए और वो सारी पढ़ाई की, कहीं ना कहीं 2 सिचुएशंस होती हैं यहाँ पे. कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि मेरे पेरेंट्स मुझे अलाउ नहीं करेंगे ये चीज़ करने के लिए. कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि यार मेरी अभी भी शादी हुई है या 10 साल हो गए हैं, मेरे बच्चे हैं, उन्हें छोड़ के मैं कैसे जाऊँ. डिड यू ऑल्सो फेस दिस चैलेंजेस कि आपकी वाइफ को लगा कि वाई यू आर गोइंग और शी वाज फुल्ली सपोर्टिव, लाइक कैसे आप उसको एड्रेस करना चाहोगे?
Yeah, I would say that this is one dilemma, especially for the women, and every person faces this, but I think the women are equally talented. तो शुभम, इसमें ऐसा है that एक चीज़ है कि एक आपका strong desire होना चाहिए कि मुझे करना है. The first step to reach is a strong burning desire. And of course, you need a mastermind, like a family support or a friend support around you who believes in you. I was very lucky that my better half really believed in me at that moment, because imagine that you are coaching the world how to think and grow rich. without you having millions in your bank. I mean, I've done programs in the early part of my journey when I used to do the programs and people used to say, show me your Lamborghini. Where do you stay? Show me your mansion. So there was like people like that. And I was like, fine, they don't understand the true meaning of the word richness.
Right.
So it's not just money in the bank, it's the way of living. But my wife definitely supported me. In fact, she was the one who told me, which made a big difference in the way the entire journey has been charted, that after you complete the curriculum in the US, you don't come back immediately. Who would say that? She said, Sidharth, you stay over there, you work under your mentor as an intern. I did that in Canada. I stayed with my mentor. I worked as an intern over there. I understood how is he doing these principles, his entire system in Canada. And after doing that, then I started my journey in India. So without that support, imagine, I will tell you about my circumstances. No money in the bank, father on the deathbed, he was in coma. All right, the family business about to shut, 2 teenage boys, an aging mother, and nobody else to look after the business. At that age, if I could do and press the reset button at the age of 40, I think anybody can do whatever they wish to desire.
So true.
If I can do it, anybody can do it for sure.
So true. इतने challenges होने के बावजूद भी he did not stop and his wife fully supported. So अगर आप रुक रहे हो अपनी लाइफ में कि यार मेरे पेरेंट्स नहीं अलाउ कर रहे हैं, मेरा फ्रेंड्स अलाउ नहीं कर रहे हैं, मेरे कलीग्स कुछ अलग कर रहे हैं, कोई भी हो, फर्स्ट यू नीड टू हैव बर्निंग डिजायर एंड यू नीड टू कन्विंस देम. क्योंकि अगर आप उनको कन्विंस नहीं कर सकते, इसका मतलब कहीं ना कहीं यू डू नॉट हैव दैट बर्निंग डिजायर. नाउ सिद्धार्थ, इसी से एक और चीज़ आती है कि कई पेरेंट्स होते हैं, उन्हें कहीं ना कहीं प्रिंसिपल्स नहीं पता होते हैं और उनका सोचने का तरीका भी अलग हो सकता है बिकॉज दे कम फ्रॉम अ डिफरेंट वर्ल्ड. बट कई बार जो चाइल्ड होता है वो उनको लगता है कि मम्मी पापा सही कह रहे हैं, आई नीड टू फॉलो देम. सम टाइम दे मे नॉट बी राइट. उनकी चॉइसेस, उनकी थॉट प्रोसेस अच्छी है, वो चाहते हैं अपना उनका बच्चा अच्छा करे, बट दे डोंट नो द राइट पाथ. दे मे नॉट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज थिंक एंड ग्रो रिच. इफ समबडी इज सेइंग, ओ मम्मी पापा आई एम जॉइनिंग दिस एकेडमी, दे आर लाइक व्हाट द हेल यू आर डूइंग. ये पैसा बर्बाद करना है तो कुछ अच्छा सीए करो. बराबर. व्हाट विल यू टेल टू दोस पेरेंट्स कि क्या जर्नी है और क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है?
No, I think it's not necessary for everyone to get into the academy. Most important चीज क्या है that you look at your results. If your results are, you're not happy with your results, maybe your money in the bank, your health, your relationships, that means some things are not working in your life. And if you're not taking responsibility for those things which are not working in your life, you're avoiding it, you're ignoring these rules. So वो self awareness आती है कि am I happy with my job? Am I happy with my business? True. Am I happy with my health and relationships? If not, then you got to work on yourself.
Yeah.
And these principles, these are not like, I mean, one man's formula. These are based on natural laws. True. Like law of electricity is there, law of gravity is there. अगर आप ignore करो, तो भी law तो रहने ही वाले हैं. बिल्कुल. So if you ignore these principles, it's not going to make a difference to them, but it's going to make a difference in your life. So when that awareness comes in, that this is not some motivational thing where you jump on the chair and shout, be positive. It's not about that. Right. It's about becoming aware of who you are. And the more you become aware of who you are, the better the situation you'll be able to control. And you'll change the results. So look at your results. If you're happy, good, great. If you're not, then maybe you should work on it. Do this. And that's the real context. So parents should look at that. Okay, am I happy with what I'm doing right now? Am I happy with my results? If not, I need to change something. And if I don't be an example of what I want to give to my kids, how will they see? Because we are all role models for our kids, right? So this brings to my story with my 2 teenage boys, and what happened. It's an interesting story, and how adversity could be the biggest opportunity for anybody. So if you are having a hurdle, obstacle, or some adversity, you can use it as an opportunity. So I was out of business despite starting Think and Grow Rich because of COVID. March 2020, I was at home. No seminars, no banquet halls, no travel, so nothing. You're out of business. And if you have that inhibition that I just can't speak in front of the camera and talk to people and sell, I need to have live audience. If I would have been that kind of inflexibility, I would be out of business. True. But I converted my entire module into an online space. Right. And that became the biggest gold mine which I was sitting on it. May 2020, complete lockdown in Mumbai, I had launched my online program. I sold to 250 participants across India just on my word. I was charging 10,000 rupees for one ticket. तो 25 लाख का मैंने सेल कर दिया. I had promised them I'll be giving them videos. वीडियो शूट ही नहीं किया हमने. फिर मैंने घर पे बैठ के वीडियो स्टार्ट किए शूट करने. I didn't know how to edit it. I learned a bit. Then I taught that to my kid, my elder son. He was 17 years old.
Right.
And he was listening to what Papa is doing every day, seminars, webinars. You know what, Shubham? What happened? When he edited my videos, sitting at home, May 2020, complete lockdown, he got these principles inside him, because when you edit it, you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, again and again. So he got these principles inside his conscious, subconscious mind. He applied it in his life. And you can check Sidharth Shah from where he was 3 years back and where he's right now. Touch wood. So he's on his different league now. So that is what these principles can do. So from parental point of view, if you want to give an impact to your kids, to the generations to come, if you are successful, but if you want your kids to be successful, you got to know what made you successful.
So
right?
true, so true.
Otherwise, how can you coach other people to be successful if you don't? Right? Yeah.
True. और दिस इज सेड कि अगर आप रिच हो और आपको सिखाना है अपने बच्चों को, तो उनको रिसोर्सेस मत दो, उनको नॉलेज दो, जिसकी वजह से आपके पास चीज आई है. सो सिद्धार्थ, थैंक यू फॉर शेयरिंग दैट. ये वाली बुक्स है और जो भी आपकी पूरी जर्नी रही है, उसमें से एक सबसे बड़ी लर्निंग जो आपको लगता है कि आप सबके साथ शेयर करना चाहते हो, बिकॉज उस लर्निंग ने आपका थॉट प्रोसेस कंप्लीटली चेंज कर दिया, कौन सी वो लर्निंग होगी?
I think based on my experience of reading so many books and doing so many programs, and I've done hundreds of programs and hundreds of books, but what I realized is that, not saying because I am doing it, but these principles are the gold standard based on the kind of research which has come right from the richest man in the world, Andrew Carnegie. जो लक्ष्मी मित्तल का एम्पायर है, that's based on Andrew Carnegie steel empire, ArcelorMittal. If you go to the family lineage, then Napoleon Hill took it from there. It went to Earl Nightingale. From Earl Nightingale, it came to Bob Proctor. I mean, this legacy of this gold standard of these principles. And why I'm saying that gold standard? Because no amount of knowledge and information is going to make a difference.
So true.
Until and unless you are impacting your subconscious mind, your emotional mind. So, I mean, I had all the knowledge. I was smart. I had degrees. But my results were miserable. So, when I realized that until and unless you change your mindset, your paradigm, nothing is going to make a difference in your life. So I would suggest the key principles which I have learned from over here is, number one, repetition. Repetition is the mother of learning. You just can't read it once and say, okay, I've read Think and Grow Rich, it's there in my library. No, you cannot do that. I mean, I study from this every single day since last 6 years. Every single day, a bit, every day I study, every single day. I mean, my mentor Bob Proctor studied for 60 years, the same book. So if I'm just doing for 6 years, so one thing I would say, forget about this book, any book, but some repetition is required, because repetition is the only way you can really change your paradigm, your subconscious mind. The second is, have a mastermind around you. Alone, it's difficult. I mean, I've got my own coach, I've got my own mentor. I can't see my blind spot.
True.
Right? So you should need to have a people around you as a mastermind to support you in your journey. And third is, I would say, persistence. There is nothing like overnight success.
So true.
You got to pay the price. You got to grind it. You got to do the hard work. You got to get up early morning. You go to late nights. But got to really persist. Keep on going on. And that's where everything will fall into place.
Wow, and people say it's overnight success. So true. So आपने mentors की बात की, you also have a mentor. So बहुत सारे professionals को सिद्धार्थ लगता है कि जब वो mentoring journey में होते हैं, मेरे घर वाले मेरे mentors हो सकते हैं, मेरा दोस्त मेरा mentor है, मेरा ऑफिस में जो senior है वो मेरा mentor है. Is it the right definition to see कि ये mentorship है, या फिर एक misguided notion है कि okay, they are with me so they will guide me correctly?
No, so there is nothing like a standard definition mentoring ki, but I would suggest that a person who is believing in you, believes in your goal, and will do whatever it takes so that you keep on working to achieve that goal, is a true mentor.
Wow.
It's not about the advice. I always say it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. It's because, see, the knowledge and information is at our fingertips.
So true.
You go on Google, go on YouTube, you get all the knowledge in the world. So we are not short of knowledge. What we are short of, the mentor will really believe in yourself. No, this person can do it. And that kind of, that inspiration, that support is the only thing. Why do we feel that sometimes our parents, especially our mother, is the biggest mentor?
True.
क्या उनके पास डिग्रीज है? नहीं. शायद नॉलेज है? नहीं.
नहीं है.
But that belief That is what is giving you that support system. I think
So true.
you should really look at that. Not having, okay, मैंने इतने लाखों का प्रोग्राम लिया है तो ये बहुत अच्छा मेंटर है.
Right.
ऐसा नहीं होता.
So true.
ऐसा नहीं होता.
Because कहीं हाँ, अगर हम उसको पैसों से रिलेट करेंगे कहीं ना कहीं that is not really right. But हाँ, if somebody else has good intentions about you, that's really good way to look at the mentor.
Absolutely.
Now, सिद्धार्थ, आपने बहुत सारी चीजें शेयर की. Viewers, I hope they are inspired. They are like, wow, this was amazing. What is that one learning जो आप उनसे शेयर करना चाहेंगे, जो कि उनके लाइफ में एक अलग ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन लेके आएगी आफ्टर दिस इंटरव्यू?
I would say we are living in a very distracted world. One key thing, if you want to take out from this interview and from Shubham's talk show, is that decide what you want, write it on a card, and carry it with you all the time, every time. And truly believe, not intellectually but emotionally, that we truly become what we think about. We truly become what we think about, not just some intellectual lip service, but really get emotionally connected. I mean, once you understand this natural law, the world is your playground. The world beckons. You can do whatever you want to do. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. So that's
so profound. So Sidharth, आपसे जब लोग सुन रहे हैं और उनको लगता है कि यार सिद्धार्थ can be my mentor because I really like the way he speak, the way he express. How can they be part of your universe?
Well, first of all, I would say follow Shubham, subscribe to his channel, and he's doing amazing work as my fellow buddy CA. I would say that definitely have Shubham in your network for sure. He's doing wonderful work, inspiring people, especially chartered accountant fraternity, by doing this. And if you wish to be a part of my community, and it's not an online program, it's a beautiful community across India of people, of like-minded people. Just there will be a link somewhere. When we just
Sure.
email it to Shubham, there will be a link over there. Just join in, and you'll be there to, with us for a lifetime support system to crack the code how to truly think and grow rich.
Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Sidharth, for your time.
Most welcome. Thank you so much, Shubham. Thank you for having me over here.
Thank
You're doing amazing work.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it and loved the valuable insights what our guests shared. If you are new to my channel, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you and tell you why I conduct such interviews. My mission is to amplify life of 1 lakh chartered accountants, and for that I conduct such interviews with world-class chartered accountants so that I can bring their stories, inspiration, experience and valuable nuggets which can help you to achieve next level of success in your life. So if you are ambitious, do not forget to like this interview, share with those people who are ambitious, and click on the button subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you never miss any episode. If you want to see previous episode, I am putting the link in the description below so that you can go and check them out. I hope you have a great time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.